Castor is a film podcast filled with dubious opinions, plot spoilers, and a healthy sprinkling of bad language. Thanks for listening.
Take a much loved movie and stir in a different cast. Add a hint of nonsense for a flavor that will last. Garnish it with fun, film facts, it's food for the soul. It's a tasty, yummy, silly, funny movie casserole. Casserole.
Hello and welcome to Casserole. My name is Jim, and each fortnight myself and my two co-hosts, Sam and Nick, take one of cinema's much loved or unloved films and serve you up a delicious recasting. But before all of that, don't forget you can find Casserole on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever it is that you get your podcast from. And whilst you are there, don't forget to drop us a follow and a subscribe, and of course that all-important 5-star review. Get that breath back.
He did that well, didn't he?
Yeah, nice. Good. Yeah, lovely.
First time as well.
Yeah, first try. As I said, I am of course not doing this alone. I am joined by my two co-hosts. First, he is the creamy peppercorn sauce that you smother over a steak. It's Sam.
I do love a peppercorn sauce.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I like it, but if I was ordering steak, I wouldn't. I'd go sauceless. Maybe a bit of ketchup.
Oh, I'd have it on the ketchup with steak.
Yeah, sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ. That
I'd
might be
need a bit
worse
of
than not
mayo.
liking Ghostbusters.
Ketchup and mustard, French mustard mixed together.
Yeah, I'd go with that, but not with steak. Not with steak. And I would have the sauce on the side, just a bit.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting off topic.
Okay, sorry.
But
carry
yeah,
on.
what's Nick then this week? What food is it?
And that other voice you hear, accompanying him on this side, is that nice portion of crunchy asparagus that is definitely going to make my piss smell weird. It's Nick!
Crunchy asparagus. Fucking hell.
That does make you pissed though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Not a big asparagus.
Oh, I love asparagus.
Do you know what?
I
I love
love
it.
asparagus and steak.
I love broccoli. I love leafy green veg.
Are you a cruciferous vegetable man?
Well, apart from asparagus.
Apart from asparagus. I'm not sure asparagus is a cruciferous.
You know, you say, James, I'm not doing this alone. Imagine if he was doing this
I
alone.
just wonder, yeah, like, can you imagine, like, all these people listening to this podcast are like, no one else is talking. We're just imaginary friends.
These are just voices in my head.
Voices in your head.
Imagine if it turned out it was just Jim, but he was really good at tuning out the different voices.
Yeah. Hello there, hello there.
Ruined his
Oh.
Well, I mean, spoiler for what we're going to talk about on Real Talk, but there were 2 trailers
Oh.
shown off that could very well be that. But yeah, we'll get back to that
Spoiler.
later. Anyway, we got very off topic there regarding steaks and sauces and smelly piss. How are we, gentlemen?
We're good. We're very good.
I'm
well,
good.
I'm good. I don't know.
I'm super tired. I
Yeah?
had a day off yesterday, and my wife and I were running a little pilot of a holiday camp for kids that we might do in the summer. So I must have clocked up, I reckon, a good sort of 20,000 steps.
Nice.
yesterday. So I'm
Interesting.
super tired. But I'm good.
Well, not to outdo you, but I've
did
just
20
come back
steps.
from Disneyland.
Is that where you were?
That's where I was. I was in Disneyland.
How was it?
I was going to say, let's hear more about that.
It was very good. It was very
Is
good.
it Paris, right?
Yeah, Paris. Yeah, Disneyland Paris, and went for just like 2 nights. So like arrived early on the first day, then had the whole of the second day, and then went late on the Friday.
Have you
what-
been before?
No, none of us had ever been.
What
well,
point did you reveal it to the girls?
They knew like a while in advance, like
Yeah.
at Christmas. We sort of told them and stuff. So
So
they
you didn't
had-
keep it all the way up to the point where you're off to the airport and they're like, where we go?
Yeah, no, because our kids don't really like surprises.
We're going to Slough.
yeah. No, they like to know.
Of
they
course,
like to be
I'm
part
sure
of it.
Slough is a very
Yeah, sorry.
nice place.
Anyone listening from Slough?
Oh well, I don't even think the people of Slough would compare
They
themselves
call
to
it
Disneyland
the
Paris.
Paris of the...
They call it the Paris of the Southeast. Yeah, all good.
Sweet.
But yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
And then obviously, watching films. So we have watched a lot of Disney films. That's what I've been watching for the last week.
I can't outdo Disneyland, I'm afraid. I've done fuck all. I really have. Since our last record, I have done absolutely nothing. I don't even think I've watched anything beyond the film we're doing today.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to watch a film, but I was like a bit tired, so kind of turned it off after an hour, and I've just not gone back to it.
So I don't want us to like, people to judge me as a person. But if you're not watching films, what are you doing?
Me or people in general.
No, like
With your
you,
time.
like because we've all got kids. When you put them to bed, they're like maybe one night you can be bothered to like read a book or do some hobby or stuff, or if you're really into it, like I do hobby quite a lot. But
Yeah.
are you watching telly? Are you watching like shows?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I will just mong out and look at my phone for literally the whole evening, and I will, flick through YouTube videos.
I'm not sure mong out is the term we want to be going with there.
You know what I mean? It all depends on the mood I'm in. Sometimes I will, sit and watch a TV series that I need to catch up on. Sometimes just play my PlayStation.
Nice.
If I'm watching a movie, it's usually on a Friday or a Saturday night, because that's the nights where I can stay up a bit later because I don't have to be up at 5 a.m. for work the next day.
Fair. Yeah.
So and if I'm watching a film, it's normally those days only. But any other time, it's normally TV or gaming if I can be fucked.
Yeah, fair point. I actually recently, because it was in the sale, got Red Dead Redemption 2.
I played the first one, never played the second one.
I played
It's
the
obviously
first
a
one,
masterpiece,
and then
right?
I didn't get the second one, and then it was in the sale for like £8.
Nice.
So
Snapped it up.
That's a bargain right there.
it's amazing. It is.
Snarfled it up.
It is good.
Yeah, I've heard it's a complete masterpiece.
It is. It's best open world game, and I've got Ghost of Tsushima, which is amazing. But Red Dead Redemption 2.
But what about what you've been watching as well?
Yes, a lot of
Anything else?
Disney films. Obviously, the film are recasting.
We were just talking about Blue Eyed Samurai,
Blue Eyed Samurai. Yeah,
the Netflix anime samurai series.
Yeah,
Very, very good.
It's very good. If you haven't watched it, and if you are in any way into either anime or samurai or just a good fucking story,
I think even if you're not into anime, I think
Yeah.
it's a great. No, I'm not a massive anime fan. I've watched a fair bit, but I think it would be, even if you've never watched any, it's a great piece of I want to say filmmaking, a great series in and of itself.
Story.
Like, forget
Like
that it's like a cartoon,
Yeah,
basically. It's a really, really good action samurai-based series. Thoroughly recommend it.
yeah, same.
Well, you've sold me on it.
Yeah, watch it.
I was going to say, James, you're like the big anime guy.
Well, again, we've used this term before back on episode 2. I'm not a big anime guy. I have a Crunchyroll account, barely ever use it. So I'm not a huge anime guy, but I do like
Hentai.
What's that?
Oh,
I mean, I've heard those rumours, but I don't know what it is.
what's that, everybody?
What's a hentai? Sam? What's a hentai?
I don't know. Ask your parents.
So, speaking of kind of cartoony action,
Oh, segue.
is it? Yeah, I was trying it to be barely. Is it stretched? Was it
Talking
okay?
of stuff that bugs me.
That's even better.
That's good, yeah.
I'm still trying to get the cartoony. Where's the cartoon coming
Because
from?
it is kind of like, I mean, it did spawn some cartoons.
I mean, it spawned about 5 sequels as well.
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
one,
yeah.
the last one coming in 2022.
And
Oh,
it's spawned a
fun.
rather good, like RPG type, strategy game. Sorry.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I think we should probably
It does,
reveal at
it
this
does
point.
sound to me, guys, that you guys are ready to do a caster roll.
Oh.
So, what are we doing this week? We are sticking with the 90s,
We are.
and as you have both alluded to, it is a film that has bugged you. So yeah, we are doing Starship Troopers.
Yeah, hoorah!
I think that might be Robocop.
That's very close enough.
It's the same director, that's
Same director,
This
close
one
enough.
was this has a really good piece of recurring music whenever the sergeant, when we first hear this, when the sergeant comes, it's kind of like dun 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 dun.
Oh, yeah, that's it,
And
yeah.
it comes back again, and later on, when Rico is the sergeant,
Yeah,
it comes back, and you're
yeah.
like, oh yeah.
When they're going into that like out
the
base,
outpost base.
the outpost, and it's just
Dun, dun, dun,
desolate.
dun. Yeah, really good soundtrack actually. This one, it's like we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, sorry. So Starship Troopers.
Yeah. So should we explain what Starship Troopers is? Who's in it?
Well, I believe that's normally the job in Wikipedia Corner, is it not? To throw the summary out there.
I guess so. So, Starship Troopers is a 1997 American science fiction action film. And
Not to jump in there straight away.
well, you kind of did.
I kind of have. But actually, it was released in the UK in 1998.
Oh, sorry about that.
So, as we're all UK based,
Starship Troopers is a 1998 American science fiction action
Not to
film.
jump in again, but not all our listeners are UK.
Starship Troopers is a 1997 or 8 American science fucking action film directed by Paul Verhoeven and written by Edward Neumayer. Sorry, Edward. But it's based on the 1959 novel of the same name by Robert A. Heinlein. So it's set in the 23rd century. It follows teenager Johnny Rico and his friends serving in the military of the United Citizen Federation, which is like an Earth world government. And basically, this government, this federation, is engaged in interstellar war with an alien species who are referred to as arachnids, or for short, the bugs.
The bugs.
Yeah. This was an interesting one.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm sure we'll get into it more as we cast a role, but it's one of those ones where you can easily dismiss it as like a B movie kind of action, surface level. And I think Jim might have an opinion on this.
I don't think it's any better than a B movie. I actually think it's actively bad. I just think it's so bad, it's good. That is what I do not think it's deserving of any more credit than that.
Well, do you know what's interesting about this one? Is when it was released initially, it was obviously had a massive budget, like 110 million, which obviously at the time, 97, it was a huge budget. And an awful lot of that went into the practical effects and CGI effects to bring all the bugs to life and all that kind of thing.
Which haven't dated as much as...
They were good.
They're still good.
No.
Yeah.
What? Seriously?
The CGI, maybe, obviously, would be better in modern day. But
Awful.
Are you kidding?
Yes.
What was What was really bad then?
Everything.
I'm telling you now, there's stuff coming out
not
like
single-
now that's got worse CGI.
No.
Think about Green Lantern. The CGI in that.
I mean, I would, but I haven't seen Green Lantern.
Oh, for God's
but I
sake.
have heard it's unanimously panned.
Trust
and
me,
probably
there are
rightfully
films that came
I mean, even
out.
Ryan Reynolds himself pans Green
Exactly.
Lantern, so
But-
that says it all for what
There are
Green Lantern
films.
is.
There are films that have come out 20 years after this,
Much
and there are
worse.
worse CGI.
Agreed.
There is
There
good
probably is,
CGI
but I do not think this is good CGI.
for
I still
1998
don't think it's good.
or 7. It is good CGI.
For back in 1998, sure, but it's not CGI that's aged well.
Yeah, it has aged
I think a
well.
lot of it is like particularly like. So the other thing about this film is this is an incredibly violent film.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of a staple of the director Paul Verhoeven. He's obviously done RoboCop, Total Recall.
Yeah.
He did Basic Instinct. What else did he do? Showgirls. So he got
Let's not talk about that.
No, let's-
Right,
yeah. But yeah, that's kind of a staple of his like incredible, almost jarring violence.
Yeah.
Right. Like the violence depicted in this film is quite astonishing, really. And it actually performed quite badly. It got pretty much panned by a lot of critics. They didn't kind of get it. They thought, just like you're saying, James, it's kind of basically a B-movie kind of action film.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting, and we'll dig into this, is the fact that I think particularly the way that this was intended to be perceived, the way that this was written, is that it's meant to be this kind of anti-fascist, probably anti-war, anti-kind of very Americana kind of machoism.
It's sort of anti-brainwashing, isn't it? The propaganda, it's meant to be sort of highlighting how ridiculous this stuff is.
Yeah.
By
Kind of presenting it
so
in all
much.
its glory.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
kind of like...
And you think about it, like 1998 when it came out, the internet was so young. Like this whole idea of like interacting with stuff was so young. And a staple of it is it shows you these newsreels and it says, do you want to know more? Or like sign up to the military here. Like there's so much stuff which now, this like brainwashing of children using social media, the way that all the news stations are like training you about how to think about something, about how you should react to it. There's like a news station where like somebody is trying to like come at it from the angle of the bugs, and maybe like they're just trying to survive, and this other person is just shooting them down, just rhetoric, hatred, like division, like not listening to other people's point of view. And I think in 2024 it could not be more on the nose
And relevant.
and
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah, I totally agree.
it's yeah.
And I think this kind of citizenship, this United Citizen Federation, obviously they borrowed an awful lot from kind of in terms of the way that the military complex is presented. They've borrowed from sort of Nazi Germany heavily, Italy, Italian fascism and stuff. All of the regalia, the symbolism, the uniforms, the badges. You've almost got like the Gestapo, which is like the secret police, or the guys who are like the psychics and stuff. I think where maybe it's falling down a little bit is, and again we'll comment when we start cast rolling, is because they chose the enemy of this film to be kind of faceless bugs, right? They removed any humanity from the threat. And I think part of the reason they've done that is it would have been too much if it was like, say, another humanoid race or something.
Yeah.
But I think almost at that point, it did kind of go over people's heads a little bit, just because it almost needed to be even more obvious that these were like humanity in this is almost like the bad guys. Like this is a bad version of humanity. I think we're looking at here.
For people like myself and Nick, we're quite into like Warhammer and that kind of universe. And I think people that like that are used to humans being the bad guys, and they're used to that like exterminating of Xenos races and that. And so I think we're kind of alive to the idea of that as like a thing. But I think if you think about audiences that have watched it at the time, Aliens would have been a few years before, where you've got colonial marines against aliens, and the aliens are clearly the bad guys. You've got Independence Day knocking around that time, which are humans against aliens, clearly the bad guys and kind of bug-like. Yeah. So I think that Verhoeven chose the bad guy again as a pastiche of these kind of films, but I think people saw it and thought, oh yeah, bug-like aliens, bad guys again.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I also think the bugs are almost like meant to be poking at a version of communism, almost, in that everyone's the same. It's like, but because of that, they've got much more sort of coordination. Like they're surprisingly coordinated against this massive human military complex and stuff. Anyway, I feel like we've gone straight.
Well, I mean, and this is the thing. Like Nick.
I'm starting to feel like this is a two-man podcast, isn't it?
Well, I think that's the thing. I think Nick and I mean, I don't want to speak for you, Nick, but for myself, like there very much is two layers to this film, and there is the very enjoyable action B movie that's really fun, and it's kind of a bit tongue-in-cheek. But let's face it, like RoboCop's tongue-in-cheek, like Total Recall's tongue-in-cheek. They are very good films. Like they're all very good films. And in an interview with Verhoeven, he even says like the cast that he picked, and he really throws his cast in the bus. He says he picked young, untalented actors.
Really? Well, he hit the nail on the head with
but he did. He said he did that because it shows.
Well, I think that's a bit unfair on Neil Patrick Harris. I think.
But at the time,
of course, I think he's a good.
He's all right. Neil Patrick Harris is no,
I mean, of course,
Daniel Day-Lewis.
No,
he's not.
But he performs. He performs roles he gets well.
He's fine.
Yeah.
But I think he even said like he was just casting like pretty people. It didn't matter whether they acted; they looked good on screen because that's what Hollywood does. And you look at that now, and I don't want to throw any people under the bus, but they do sometimes. They'll cast models in roles, or they'll cast people that just look good.
So, what kind of goggles was he looking through when he cast Jake Busey then?
Well, you can't deny a Busey, though. You got to pop a Busey in sometimes.
I mean, young and pretty. I mean, what was he looking at when he saw him?
Do you know what? I've literally only just clocked that is Gary Busey's son.
How?
Yeah, looking at the casting list then. Oh, I know. And like now it's like screamingly obvious, but like, great.
I mean, yeah.
But I also think there's an element of that in this whole the casting bit of the military complex and pointing at fascism and stuff, is that everyone is kind of like broadly young, good looking. There's a lot of kind of like Aryan, references going back to Nazism and stuff. And that's what this is trying to do, I think. But I think we almost needed like to see a bit more of the evil of this federation. We needed to see maybe, because it hints about the fact that you have to earn your citizenship. Like before then, you have to have a license to have children, all that kind of stuff.
But that to me there is an indictment on the writing and the director. If he hasn't shown that, that says to me he's done a bad
He
job.
has shown it though. I'm sorry, you may have missed it, but there's
Yeah,
a
but
scene...
so did critics. These are people that are.
Critics are fucking stupid.
Yeah, but they are paid to do this job, right?
Yeah, but
they are paid to critique masterpieces.
They are.
Right? And they 9 out of 10 times will spot the masterpiece. If they're not seeing this, that to me is a damning indictment on this.
If this film...
If they should be able to spot a hidden meaning in a film.
If they
can't do that, they must be shit critics. But the fact that none of the critics did, that to me is an indictment on the writing and the director.
But I think it's a really important reference to how I think, like you were saying, the director was actually, for this one, quite ahead of his time.
Exactly.
And it was almost too... I mean, you look at it now, for me, it was blindingly obvious, but it was almost like too... Subtle's the wrong word, because this is not a subtle film. But
it is. It's like if this film came out now, critics would get it instantly.
So it has been critically reevaluated,
Exactly, yeah.
and it's now considered one of the greatest science fiction and satires of all time, interestingly.
Because critics of the time weren't used to seeing this, especially, and all the things that really come out of this, especially in the 90s, were American critics. And they would have been looking at it like, yeah, we are great. But if it came out now, like someone like a Charlie Brooker, like he would get it instantly. It's so much. It's so of its time now.
Did you as you were watching it then, Jim? Did you get that sense of like this is trying to portray a humanity that has, this is an Americanized fascism, like this uber militarized kind of authoritarian kind of. It's hinting at being a dictatorship where you've got these really high military levels.
I thought the main focus, my main focus was on the bugs and their military operation and how it then it turned out it was centering around their overlord and how the brain bug, their overlord, and how they were evolving and how their tactics were evolving. That is what I was getting out of it. I wasn't getting anything from the military side apart from really, really shit stuff. So just a lot of shit hip fire shooting.
So one of the things that I wanted to touch upon was where Nick said about he needed to see more about the evil sort of world that the humans sort of lived in, kind of. But there is a scene where, and it is a throwaway scene, but in the news report where they talked about a criminal was arrested, tried, sentenced, and executed all in one day.
Yeah.
So it already shows that you've got that like hyper like fast tracking like judge, jury, and executioner kind of system. And I'll put another thing out there. There's a theory, and I don't know how confirmed it is, but the bugs are 100% innocent in all of it, because there is a line where it says in one of the news reports, there's some people argue that we've instigated this by like invading initially or something. And the idea that they launched a asteroid at Earth, well, actually, the collision with the ship altered the asteroid's course to hit Earth.
Oh, interesting.
The asteroid was never going to hit Earth until it crashed with the ship. So, and the idea that a bug could like make sure that it hit a rock at the right angle to traverse thousands of light years without hitting something else to hit something as small as Earth. So the bugs are just used as scapegoats for the military to keep, because every time something happens, they're like, we've now built these new weapons, we've built new defences, we've got the ships, we've got the guns. It's also a satire on the weapons industry, So I think it's brilliant. Like the reason I thought it was going to be like I said I think it's the perfect film for the three of us, because you can watch it on so many levels and not in a piss-takey way. I sometimes sit down and watch it and think, oh my god, that's really cool, and they're shooting all the bugs and it's kind of cool and it's fun just to zone out. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to watch it and actually I'm going to zone in and look at the pastiches and satires of what was then the future, and now thinking how eerily close it is to social media and radicalization and fascism and all that stuff. So I think it's a brilliant film. maybe not top 10 for me, but it's up there. I think this is the thing, and I think we could talk talk a lot about this film, about, you know, the fact that all this stuff, like people losing limbs and, you know, the bugs getting limbs shot off, and you know, they even say like a bug can get his leg shot off and still be 97% effective.
Yes.
And then you see soldiers losing their arms and then coming back with prosthetics arms, and they're trying to make you see like we are the bugs are us. Like there is no difference. And I think if you don't. You don't have to watch it and get all those bits, but if you don't acknowledge those bits are there, you are doing a big disservice to this film.
I really did enjoy the film, but I enjoyed it on a B movie level.
Yeah.
I don't
like
think
a corny.
I don't think it's any. I don't think it's got anything more than that. I've listened to everything you've said, and a lot of it is agreeable, but I think you're reaching.
I think that's why this is.
You think we're reaching?
I think you're reaching.
I think he was pro Nazis.
I don't think it's anything more than a B movie.
But do you accept that that's what the director has openly acknowledged he was aiming for? You just felt like it fell short.
I mean, if
of
that's
that
what
mark.
he's come out and said, sure. If that's the words that have come out of his mouth, of course you can accept it, because that's obviously what he's saying. This is what the film's intended to be. Yeah. But I think if it's not been picked up until all this way down the line, I think he's missed the mark big time.
Right. But I think what was interesting is at that point, the reason it's been cited that part of the reason it didn't get acknowledged as to like what the messaging was aiming for was also things like America was in a time of sort of thriving, sort of success, sort of financially, culturally, militarily as well. And I just think at that point, culturally, the message, like society wasn't in a place for that message to land necessarily as intended. And I just think that's really interesting. You can take a film, stick it 10, 15, 20 years into the future or into the past, and it can potentially be acknowledged in a completely different way.
Yeah.
That's what's interesting, I think. The film itself hasn't changed. Society and
has
people's
caught up with it.
appreciation. Potentially. I think that's really interesting as well.
Well, I mean, having said all of that, that is tasty. That is really tasty.
That's a good little broth to begin. So should we start throwing in some ingredients?
Let's do it.
It's time for a casserole.
So, I think there's only one place to start. I think you've got the cast order appearance.
I do. I have the cast order right here, and
I imagine it's Rico. He's got to be the top of the list, hasn't he?
It is. It's Rico. Who's got Rico?
Oh, that'll be me.
Oh, right. Tell us a little bit about Rico.
So Rico, played by Casper Van Dine or Dean.
Dime.
So he is obviously he's our main character. He's rich. So he's a man of wealth. You know, got rich parents. He doesn't need this citizen life that he signed up for, but he signs up for a girl. He signs up for, but he also signs up to spite his family. Because obviously family try to stop him from doing it, making the big mistake.
And I think that's quite a key scene actually. Is like they are rich enough to not have to fall for the propaganda of it, kind of thing.
The whole point of this citizenship is you get the better life.
Exactly.
But he doesn't need it. Yeah. But he wants to do it anyway because for karma, and he's worried that they're not ever going to see each other again. But ultimately, that saves his life.
It does.
Ultimately, the decision to sign up does save his life because, as we later learn, the aliens destroy Buenos Aires, which is obviously where they're all living, which is where his family live. So, his family are destroyed. So obviously, his life has now been saved, and that then becomes his motivation to take down the alien threat.
Yep.
And he's also he's a very gung ho character. He's very rash with a lot of his decisions. Very early on, he gets one of his squad members killed after being put in front of a squad because he took their helmet off during a training exercise with live rounds.
Yep.
Received 10 lashings for it. He goes off on his own to jump on the back of a massive bug at one point, which I think is really cool.
It is cool. Good CGI.
He's captain of the futuristic football team.
Yep.
He is poster boy, right?
He's the jock, boy.
Ridiculously athletic. I mean, some obscene flips during that indoor football game.
Yeah.
Which, yeah. So, yeah,
He's got a chin you could open a bottle on.
Oh, Casper. Oh,
he's a handsome man, isn't he?
yeah.
He is very handsome.
He is very handsome.
Yeah.
So, it's time to recast him.
Oh.
I've got 2 options. Well, actually, I had 3 options, but I moved one option to a later one, so I'll come back to that. So, I've gone back to, like, episode 1, and I've brought back Chris Pine.
Okay.
I thought, I just want to, I was thinking about, pretty men that could...
Full stop.
He is a good-looking man.
Quote that I'm
He is a
gonna cut
very...
for Jim.
Chris Pine is a
I was
good-looking
thinking
man. But
thinking about
I want,
pretty
but more I was thinking about, I don't think he'd fit the military role.
Okay.
So I've instead gone for someone that's not so upper echelon of acting, at least I don't think he is, in Aaron Taylor-Johnson.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I looked at him for a couple of things. Yeah,
Oh, did you?
He's good.
Yeah, I think he's really good. He's obviously developed a lot since his role in Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
And I think he's built like a brick shithouse now as well.
Okay,
so
Yeah, so he was in
I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what else he's been in.
so
since
he was
Kick-Ass,
in
but
what's it called? The Christopher Nolan one. Tenet.
Yeah.
He was in that,
Oh,
was he?
okay. Was
He
he?
was in Tenet. Yeah, he was like one of the military guys at the end.
Right.
He's in a new one, well, relatively new, with a Bullet Train.
I think he's also in the new Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt film.
Yes,
Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy. Yes,
I believe
he
he's in that,
yeah.
isn't he?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he's good. He is like plays a lot of military roles now, kind of soldier stuff.
He's English. I thought he was
he is.
American.
He's good. He's good. Yeah. He's a good cat. I think right, especially if you took him sort of almost just after the Kick-Ass kind of films,
Yeah.
he really would fit that kind of young, pretty, naive, jock kind of guy.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where I was
American poster
looking
boy.
at him, thinking not where he is now, looking a bit more grizzled. You want him impressionable. You want him to be able to look like he can follow suit and then up the ranks as he does.
Yeah, I think he'd
But
do
also,
that well.
not fully be aware of what's happening at the same time. Like thrown in. He is very much Rico is very much thrown in deep end, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because of his natural ability, they look at him and go, squad leader.
Yeah.
Clearly not ready for it, but squad leader.
Yeah, and I think probably we should say that the people that we're recasting, we're not casting them as maybe Paul Verhoeven did as jokes. We're actually picking people that can act a bit.
They really will change the dynamic of the film, wouldn't they?
So I think Aaron Taylor-Johnson could definitely play that, like, I haven't got a care in the world, I only care about a girl, to in the end being like in charge of a squad and having that kind of responsibility.
I agree with that. And
Not
actually,
just in charge of the squad. In the end, he's in charge of like the
Yeah,
he's in charge of the
platoon.
military.
Yeah,
Is he military at the end?
I think he's a major or something, or a
Something
captain or
he's-
something. Yeah.
He's high up in the ranks, isn't he?
what I think would be interesting about this, though, if we are kind of picking, I guess credible is the wrong word, right? But more kind of well-known or more established actors, is I think this would have been a really interesting film to have seen really established, great actors acting really badly.
Yeah.
In this film, and then I think it almost would have really come across the fact that this is a satire. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine like Daniel Day-Lewis in this, but like,
But then
really
would
badly
that
acted.
not then run the risk of this being a spoof more than?
Potentially, yeah. But then I think if that were the case, I think to put it back to you, would you not have picked up even more on the fact that, okay, hang on a minute, this is poking fun
I
at
wouldn't
something?
watch it.
You would have watched it?
If it was a spoof,
Okay.
I'm not watching it.
But we talked about how great
I think spoof
Robin
films
Hood
are
Men
some
in
of
Tights
the
are.
worst films out there.
Really?
There are obviously exceptions, like Men in Tights, as you've just said there.
Yeah.
But I think spoof films are just...
But I don't mean acting badly to the point of kind of everything slapstick comedy.
It's not an epic movie type film.
I mean, like taking themselves seriously in how badly they're acting. Do you know what I mean? Like just completely down to the T, doing that kind of really, really over the top, militaristic kind of gung ho approach.
Yeah.
I think so. It'd be interesting to see if the rest of our picks kind of what they.
I think I've picked. So I've tried to pick people that while they're good actors, they maybe either have or have played characters that are kind of out of their depth in certain things. meaning that I think in this they could kind of show they're out of their depth kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think getting back to your pick, Jim, I think Aaron Taylor Johnson's a really good pick. I think he could do that. He could play it like, and I think if you just picked, even if they were good actors, if you just picked actors that are, like I've done some of mine, just really beautiful people, whether they're good or not, you could like play it like they've been picked because they're beautiful rather than they're good actors. And I think Aaron Taylor Johnson would fit in that. Like you could pick like say a Ryan Gosling, because people sometimes dismiss him as just being picked because he's beautiful, but he actually is a good actor.
Yeah.
But do you know what? In fact, like he plays Ken in Barbie.
Yeah.
He plays Ken like a bad actor.
Yeah.
But he's a good actor.
Doesn't Margot Robbie also play Barbie in that way?
Exactly.
That's the whole point of the
Exactly, that's the
film,
whole
isn't
point.
it?
But I think that's what Nick's saying. If you picked people that played it as bad acting, but it was clearly good acting to play it like that, I think it would still work. As opposed to what Paul Verhoeven done with just big bad acting.
I can see what you're saying, but that would imply that the director would have to tell them that's how you're playing the role.
Well, I mean,
don't
that might
think
be-
any of these.
No.
I don't think any of these have been told to do that.
Might be slightly less mean on the cast, where just years later it's like, I picked
Of
shit
course it would.
people.
Yeah, you're great. I want you to be shit. Yeah, I don't. That'd be that would be down. Obviously, the director.
So
would be saying.
is that your two for Johnny Rico?
That was no, that's my one. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, I'm not. Chris Pine was just a name I was thinking.
I looked at Pine, especially a young Pine, like really looks like Casper Van Dien. Actually.
He had the facial features. Yeah, he does look very similar. But
He did two eyes and nose, man.
I just didn't want him.
Yeah.
I thought I want someone a bit not as in the limelight.
Although, having said that, like exactly what Nick was saying, how Chris Pine plays his character in Dungeons and Dragons, he plays that a bit tongue in cheek, a bit like.
But that's
he's not
because
he's not
Dungeons
like
and Dragons has to be.
Exactly, but
It's
that's
a
what I'm
fantasy.
saying. Like,
It's a fantasy film set in a fantasy world where if you're playing the game, you're making up the story yourself.
exactly.
So for him to try and be play a bard serious, no one's buying that. You have to. He has to be as he was on the film, kind of dancing about, being the bard, bit cheeky chappy. He has to be that for that character to make sense for the film.
Yeah, but that whole film, like, they are good actors playing it sort of badly, and
they're playing it how you would expect that character class to be played.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Cool. So Aaron Taylor Johnson as Johnny Rico.
He's in.
Nice.
Who's next?
We've got Dizzy next.
Dizzy. Who has Dizzy?
I've got Dizzy.
Woo! Here we go.
So
I'm gonna pick Michael Cera.
Don't tempt me. You could nail it. So Dizzy Flores is played by Dina Meyer. And she is, so we first meet along with Rico, along with Carmen,
And Carl.
So we initially meet them all together in class, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
their school.
Yeah.
So they all kind of go through this journey together. And Dizzy basically has an unbearable crush on Rico, right? She'd do anything to be with him. She does eventually get him, as she says in her death speech.
She so wants
20 minutes long.
have you.
She wants him so much she swaps units to be with him.
Yeah.
But she probably has joined the mobile infantry too,
done,
right?
yeah.
She's following in those.
Because she's smarter. She could probably be more.
Well, she's
than
also
Mobile
clearly
Infantry.
very physically
able
capable as well.
She's,
Yeah.
she's on the same team as him.
Does it
He's on the
actually
same
ever
football team.
say what unit she came from?
No.
I don't think so.
It just says she asked for a transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not without out the realms of possibility then to think that she was already in an infantry unit.
Well, she was training somewhere else.
Yeah, but
So she changed training.
It's not without those realms of possibility. I think she's already in an infantry unit. She just transferred to another infantry unit just so she can be a Rico.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, either way, she transfers so she can be with him. And that's really her character arc, is like pining for him the whole way through, knowing that his heart is with Carmen, eventually getting to have his attention. Once Carmen has dumped Rico, that's kind of her time to kind of seduce Rico, I think. They sleep together, and then towards the end of the film, she dies. She's in the base attack just as she does a really cool move where she throws a grenade into one of those big fire breathing
Plasma
bugs.
bug. Yeah, plasma tanker.
Turns around, and she's stabbed multiple times, and then she has this like really, really super long death scene on the flight thing as it's flying away. So yeah, I think this was an interesting one. I wanted to see from this character. I think that I felt like there needed to be almost even more pain from her in that kind of futility of, you know, almost like always feeling like you're second best. And so because of that, I wanted to see that maybe because she's really sort of athletic, really sporty, she's one of the lads for a lot of this. I wanted to get a bit more of a sense of sort of being a tomboy from her, but feeling like, oh, he doesn't want me because of who I am and that kind of thing. So I had a couple of I was thinking about someone like Eva Mendes maybe, who I think could play this quite interestingly. But in the end, the person that I've gone with is Hilary Swank.
Okay, yeah.
I've gone with that a bit because of her
$1 Million
performance in
Baby.
$1 Million Baby, yeah. And I think that being kind of like the really strong kind of tomboy, she would sort of definitely be sort of one of the boys in that environment. Even though I think interestingly, the way they perceive the military here is that there isn't really a sort of, you know, there isn't a gender hierarchy here, is there? We see a really good split between...
That's actually one of the things that's really different from like the sort of the fascism thing. You've got like, you know, African Americans, you've got Caucasians, Asians, you've got like, you know, men, women, like they are all treated the same. And that I think actually kind of makes it feel quite futuristic. He's done well there at kind of keep like having that in part of it, which makes it feel like, yeah, in the future, men, women, black, white, you're a body. We're throwing you into the meat grinder, you know.
But again, I think that's maybe something that went over people's heads, where if it was even more sort of black and white than that, if it almost represented as, you know, an Aryan race or fucking, you know, women not allowed in this military, it would have been really hammered home the fact that, no, this is really bad humanity that you're seeing here. But yeah, so that's who I've gone with.
I think Hilary Swank's it's a nice one actually, because Hilary Swank, not to go full on American Office, I don't know if you've seen that scene. There's a whole scene in the American Office where they debate whether Hilary Swank is hot or not.
In researching for this, I've heard about that scene.
So it's really interesting because Hilary Swank obviously is a very beautiful woman, but you know, you cut her hair short and you put her down flattering clothes. She can feel like quite tomboy.
Yeah.
And I think you could do that like 90s thing they do, where she could have her hair tied back and have like unflattering clothes for like half the film.
Yeah.
And then she takes her glasses off and suddenly that's her beauty.
I can see this film doing that.
Yeah. I think it's good because Dizzy's character is really interesting because she's clearly the one that is a better fit for Rico throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think she's probably one of the better actors in this as well.
I really like her character.
She's good.
She's very likable.
She was one of those ones that I was rooting for the whole film, and then when she died, it took me by surprise.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said, this felt like I was watching this for the first time again, so I didn't know who was going to die or not. And when she, I was like, got speared about 6 times, I was like, oh.
It is sad, isn't it? Because it's like the futility of her character arc. She just wanted to be with Rico.
I think that's one of the scenes that's actually acted really well.
That's the thing. I think actually,
Rico actually shows a lot of grief when that happens, and I think Ace as well. He's got a lot of like sadness in it. I think that scene is acted really well.
Yeah, I think
it's one of the few.
I think her character is actually weirdly the hero of the film. Like I think she's kind of like the dark horse hero of it, because she's actually one of the only characters. You see, it's really interesting because you wonder how much Verhoeven has kind of chose to edit or chose to cut or chose to make look good or bad in certain roles, but he gives her moments and looks and subtlety in this film that he doesn't give to any other character.
Yeah.
I think it's also clear that she's clearly the better suit
Yeah.
for the role that Rico's taking.
Yeah.
Like, so she's clearly the better choice for the squad leader early on. She's clearly the better choice for the lieutenant. And all these, like, obviously Rico's getting them, I think, because she's not applying herself as much because she
just cares about Rico.
Because she's just there for Rico.
And actually, majority of the other characters in this film are arguably much more self-centered
Yeah.
than she is. They're out for themselves in the main as well. So she has got that humanity, hasn't she, amongst this kind of regime, which is interesting.
Everyone
And that's
else
why
is
her
really
death hits
2D.
quite hard, I think.
Yeah, like everyone else is really like vanilla, really 2D. And she's given, and maybe that's it. Maybe she is the only one whose death does matter and that you care about.
Yeah.
Hilary Swank, good choice.
Susan. Welcome,
Good job.
Hilary.
Right, well, it now comes to me, who is the other corner of this love triangle.
Yes.
We've got Carmen Ibanez, played by Denise Richards.
Yeah.
Denise Richards is known for several films. The World Is Not Enough, Bond film. She plays a lovely Bond girl. Very, very good in that.
Yep.
Wild Things. Have you seen Wild Film?
Now, I was one of the things after this.
I think it was.
I
Yeah.
think. So you would have been thinking, what a lucky boy I am. Not only have I now seen Dizzy's boobs, I then get to see Denise Richards' boobs.
I have to say, Denise Richards was like a crush of mine when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah.
Hollywood are fuckers, aren't they? Can you imagine the pressure of like, Denise, you just, whatever happens, you're going to have to get your boobs out in a film scene.
I think
Hollywood, man.
she's sort of, in my mind, she's sort of in that role of like, Carmen Electra, who like is always like put in bikinis and like just pushed. But I think she's probably a bit of a better actress than Carmen Electra. Like she's not great, but she's all right.
Yeah.
Well, Carmen Electra's a model, isn't she? First foremost, she wasn't.
Well, yeah.
I think
Denise Richards is probably a model.
I think they probably both came from that kind of cloth. I think
Yeah.
Carmen Electra more the model
Yes,
than
I think
anything else.
And she's
Before-
definitely been in like spoof movies. Or
Well, I mean, was she like
every
Piranha
spoof.
3D
I think she's
or
in like
something?
every spoof movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Denise Richards, she's good, and I think again, I think she probably. It's difficult to see if she is playing it kind of airheady or if she is just a bit of airhead.
I think she's just really bad.
She's not a great actress. She's okay.
In
But
fact, I have a note here that says Denise Richards awful.
yeah,
Glad you wrote that one down.
yeah. But she clearly
I don't think she's intending to play this bad.
no.
Oh, I think I don't think she's doing it under instructions. I just think she's bad.
Yeah.
Well, she's also been cast for a reason, like
Yeah.
we were talking about.
Yeah, I
And-
wonder why.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a very beautiful lady, but a bit. I think this kind of role is probably the peak. I mean, Wild Things, but anyway. But yeah, so it's quite difficult casting for this role because I didn't want to just pick like a beautiful person that couldn't act, and I couldn't really think of like any just beautiful people that couldn't act. Like I couldn't really like think of it. Like I could have just picked like a model or someone, but
Yeah.
I went for people that and like both of these people are good actresses. Like don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think I've got Hollywood pick. I just like to say that I've not got any joke picks for any of my picks.
Okay.
Because I think that a joke pick would miss the point of this film because they're all sort of joke picks.
Yeah.
So I haven't done a joke pick. So my Hollywood pick, very popular at the moment, would be Jenna Ortega.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, obviously,
Yeah.
she's a very good actress, but I think she would just look so innocent and so like.
I think she'd
like,
look really out of place.
She would look really out of place, right? You'd be like, I think you'd buy that she's got like a subtle, like a hidden intelligence more
Yeah.
than you do with Denise Richards.
100%.
Yeah.
But I think you could clearly see, like, if she came up on screen, all the boys around the bunk would be like, "Whoa, Rico, you don't deserve her," kind of thing. She's an attractive lady and stuff.
Yeah,
So
very
I think
sort of innocent, almost childlike. But
Yeah.
I think she's got an edge of sarcasm to her,
Yeah.
which could almost be too much.
I think it'd be
this
too
role.
good because I think
Yeah.
like her when she's got like her, that scene where she's like flying the ship and she's clearly like outclassing everyone and she's got banter with that guy. I can't remember the name.
Barklow.
Barklow. I think she'd do that very well, but I think it would come across like more naturally. I think Jenny Ortega will probably end up acting everyone else's socks off in this thing.
Yeah. If she doesn't win an Oscar I reckon the next
5 years. Yeah, she's
definitely within the next decade she's going to win one. But I think if she doesn't win one in the next 5, I think that's an injustice. Assuming she gets the right role.
I've not gone for her.
I mean, let's face it, she ain't going to get one for Beetlejuice 2, is she?
Well, Maybe.
Could be an absolute banger.
Could be a banger.
Could be, but she ain't gonna win Best Actress for Beetlejuice 2, is she?
I could see Keaton getting an Oscar for Beetlejuice 2, actually.
Is he in it?
He's Beetlejuice again.
Oh, fuck yes. Yeah, he's so good.
He's so good.
Come on then, who's your...
Hang on a minute.
And
So-
the main pick.
My pick is actually Anna de Armas. Armas.
I know who that is.
So she's in Knives Out.
Yes.
She's in No Time to Die.
Yeah.
Another Bond film. So she is obviously gorgeous. She's in a new film as well, or quite a recent film called Ghosted, where she's like a spy that like doesn't.
Yes. She
I
was
think
Marilyn
that film-
Monroe, right? In
She was.
Blonde?
Was she? Yes, she was. Yes, she was. So she's obviously like clearly like a beautiful actress. I think sometimes she gets dismissed as just like a good-looking person.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yes,
is
she is.
where I really remember her.
She's really good, right?
Yeah.
She's good in everything. And Knives Out is the one where
Who's she in Knives Out?
she's the main.
The main...
Yeah, she's the nurse.
The medicine giver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The medicine giver.
I couldn't think of what her...
I've got a bit of call. I need a medicine giver.
to use the Native American term of his people. Okay. Medicine giver. Yeah, she's
That's what she's doing.
she's the nurse. Yeah,
Rash
she's the,
looks nasty.
and she's so good.
It's a really intelligent character, that as well,
Exactly,
isn't it?
she's brilliant. So I again like it's maybe too
Maybe
good
a
a
bit too
person
good
for this
again,
part.
but
I think
yeah.
I think she, again, she could come on screen, all the boys could go, woo, we go, and then she could look out at the stars and be like, oh, they're so beautiful, I want to do that kind of thing. And then and I think you'd buy her again. You've seen her in roles like like this Ghosted, where she's like a secret agent stuff. When she starts like actually shooting the gun at the end and stuff, you'd buy it. So that's my pick is Anna de Armas. Aramis?
I think that's really interesting, and I think what we're building that picture here of that idea of like really great, well qualified, exceptional actors.
Yeah.
Not
Playing
even hamming
it.
it up, but like
Yeah.
playing it cool.
Playing
It's a bit-
down, really.
It's like films by, I'm going to pronounce this really wrong, Yorgos Lanthimos. He's the director of The Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And in those films, the actors are all told to like really downplay their emotions. Don't show too, and it's a really jarring watch because of the way they do it.
Yeah.
But it's a very particular style of the way he directs his cast. And I think if that was almost done like this here, with a really talented cast who are kind of really dumbing down their performances on purpose, it could be really powerful. And I think it would push that satire even further as well.
Yeah, I agree. Nice. Okay, so who have we got next? We have got next.
I believe it should be Ace Levy,
It is Ace Levy.
played by that incredibly good-looking man, Jake Busey.
We got the Boosie.
We got the Buse.
I never met a tooth I didn't want in my face.
I think he's great in this. Can
He
I
is
just say
good.
that?
He is good.
Yeah, he's
He is a
Fucking
fun
dad.
character. He is a fun character. I'll give him that.
Gary Busey.
So yeah, Ace Levy. He's not one of the friends to begin with, is he? You know that.
No, he's not.
He comes in later down the line, doesn't he?
You meet him at the training
camp. Yeah. So he's obviously he thinks he's on the same level as Rico.
Yeah.
Doesn't
They
he?
have a little moment
They
at
have
the
a-
dinner hall, don't they?
Yeah. He comes in thinking he's the big bollocks.
He's Ace.
I'm Ace. I'll push through. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll get what I want. Don't you know who I fucking am? This kind of bollocks. And then obviously Rico's like, sling her up, mate. I'm Rico.
I love this rescript.
I think he probably was the star of the football team wherever he came from.
Yeah.
But it was like a hick town somewhere.
You could tell the similar. You could just tell the similarities are there.
Yeah.
And obviously, very quickly, as soon as Rico gets the squad leader taken off of him, he's straight in there like a shit off a shovel to take the role off him, and he's clearly very out of his depth. It's clearly very out of his depth when he's being in the squad to the point where I think he gets it taken off him very quickly as well.
So Rico was going to be squad leader, wasn't he? He's cast out because of the guy being killed.
No, Rico gets given squad leader.
Yeah.
Then he gets then the guy gets killed.
Yeah.
Then he gets it taken
Taken
off
off
him.
of him.
So then Ace
Ace
jumps
stops it.
jumps in his grave very quickly and takes it.
But during the initial invasion, doesn't Ace like brick it?
Yeah,
he's like, what do we do, Ace? He's like, I don't know, man, I don't know.
And then he
yeah,
doesn't
he's
want it back,
shits
does
it.
he?
Yeah,
And Rico's like, kill him all.
Yeah.
It's Rico that has to step in and be like, this is what we're going to do because I'm clearly the one that's capable,
Yeah.
not you, dickhead. And yeah,
Says that.
And do you know what about Ace, which I really liked, is that he plays a pretty badass violin. As
He
well.
does. I wonder if he actually
Or a
plays it.
fiddle. I'd call it more of a fiddle.
It's an electric violin, I think.
that'd be worth
Yeah.
knowing. Does he play that, or if it's just all for show?
I'm pretty sure he doesn't. These actors can't act, let alone
Imagine
them play
if-
musical
Well,
instruments.
maybe that's what he does for a living. Maybe he's a violinist.
He's a fiddler.
And they went, I need you.
Yeah.
I need someone who can play a violin in a dorm room. You'll do.
Imagine if like only one name springs to mind.
It's Jay Busey. Yeah, it's Jay Busey. You want an electric fiddle player?
There's
Gary
only one guy
Busey's son.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
there. Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's
Isn't
good. Yeah, he's good. And I think the way that obviously is the way he's introduced, but he does become like an actual friend. And
Yeah,
he's like
the
he's a
bond
genuine
becomes
character.
very real, and yeah, they are.
he
they,
makes
they
it
have
through
each
to
other's
the
back.
end, right?
He makes
He's
it
there
through
at
Yeah.
Zim caught the bug. That's him.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So who you got?
So I had two options, but I scribbled one out very quickly. I was toying with the idea of Natalie Dormer,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And I scribbled her name out because I've instead gone with Cameron Monaghan.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't know who that is.
If you play any games, he is currently starring in the Jedi Survivor series. He's the main character.
Oh,
Or he
yeah.
was in Gotham.
Yeah, he's the
He's
Joker, not the Joker.
The Joker, not
yeah.
Joker.
Yeah.
Really, he was a really talented actor.
Yeah, he's good.
Really talented.
Yeah, I don't know this guy very well.
I'm not aware of much other than the two games in Gotham.
I know
can't
from
speak
Gotham
for what
and
else he's been in. But in Gotham, he's incredible.
He's good.
Superb. And
I do like the idea of Natalie Dormer though, being like really hamming it up.
I think my
as
only
well.
problem with Natalie Dormer is I think the
the
world
reason I
they've set
scribbled her-
up is beautiful people of opposite sex will shag in this. So if you just got like another woman that will want
Well,
Rico,
the reason I crossed her out is 'cause I actually thought because I was actually she'd be better for Dizzy, and I was like, I don't have Dizzy,
Yeah.
Could have been a shout.
he would have been good for
so that's why I crossed out. Because I was like, no, she's more Dizzy than she is Ace.
I think the reason I think that Ace's character needs to be a bloke is because that's the only relationship you've got of Rico, like
Beyond the shagging.
yeah exactly, like it's the
Ace very quickly becomes a support for him, doesn't he? When Carmen breaks up with him, he's the first one to put a hand on the shoulder and be like, no, you're right, mate.
and I think if it was Natalie Dormer, I think was that hand on the shoulder, she wants to shag him, she wants, I think
it would
you know,
send the wrong message.
it
Wouldn't
would be like another one, and then
Yeah.
you'd be like, well, is it Dizzy, is it, you know,
Yeah.
so
Is it Dizzy? Is it Ace? Well, I don't know. Why not both?
God, now everyone's just shagging now. It's just become a porno.
oh my god, it's Showgirls. Yeah, I like that though. What's his name? Cameron
Cameron
Monaghan. He's good. He's
interesting.
good. You should check out some of the clips of him as
I will,
the
I will.
joke, or is it just Jay? Isn't he just called Jay? Or?
No, he has got an
He's
actual
never
name.
referred to as the Joker.
I think his name might be Jerome,
Jerome, yeah.
or that might be his twin. He essentially plays two characters.
Yeah.
Because I think it might be the one he mainly plays. I think it might be called Jerome,
But they never call him.
but they never call him they heavily insinuate and they go so far as I basically make him up as the Joker at one point in like a purpley.
Yeah, and he's
in
got
a purple
scars
suit, and they
stuff,
scar his mouth, and
Yeah.
they give him a bit of pale face as well to kind of insinuate makeup and stuff like that. So they all but say, "This is the Joker," but they don't ever go, "Hey, Mr. J."
Got you.
Hey, Mr. J.
Not named as such.
Yeah.
I like it, mate.
I can only assume that's because they didn't have the rights to the name Joker.
Yeah.
Who's up next?
So up next is Carl Jenkins, who is the sort of the third of the main three friends, but you know, if you're including Dizzy as well, then like the fourth. But he's kind of he's psychically aware. He's played by Neil Patrick Harris,
Who we all know from.
How I Met Your Mother, but more recently in Doctor Who,
Yeah.
where he played the toy master. Very weird kind of role.
He
but-
also did a really fun little spin-off when the writer's strike happened a lot.
Smurfs.
No.
He was in Smurfs.
He was in the Smurfs. Yeah, he was in the Smurfs. But during the last, not the most recent writer's strike, but could be about 10 so years ago, he did a fun little mini-series with Nathan Fillion called Captain Hammer.
Okay.
If you haven't, search it out. It's brilliant.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember what his character's called, but he's like a villain, but not really. He's like the shittest villain in the world. It's amazing. If you ever find the time, try and seek it out. It is brilliant. It's only about, I think it's about maybe 3 or 4 episodes long. It's phenomenal.
Nice. Maybe we can link
Honestly,
it.
it's such a good watch.
We can link it on socials or something.
Yeah.
Nice.
The link, send it to some people on our socials. But yeah, so Carl Jenkins, so he's like, in this universe, you have like psychically aware people.
Yeah.
And he's clearly very gifted. The military see this and he gets fast-tracked into basically the SS.
Yes.
Like long black trench coats, the black hat with like, the skulls on and stuff.
Very much so, yeah.
But it's basically like the sort of upper
The
echelon.
intelligence service.
Yeah, the
right.
intelligence.
Yeah.
So for this, I wanted somebody that could kind of look quite innocent at the start and like the nerdy friend that was kind of overlooked because Rico was much better, that eventually is like almost the bad guy. No, not really the bad guy, but he's got a line in it where he's like, you don't like the fact that I had to kill people? Well, tough luck, boys and girls. I have to send millions of people to their death every day.
Yeah,
He's very much like...
He loses that emotion, doesn't he?
He does,
like that moral compass.
So my Hollywood pick would be Jack Quaid, who plays Huey in The Boys.
Yeah. Nice.
And I think he would look good as an SS officer. I think he'd look quite good. And I think like very early on he'd play that kind of nerdy. And then you sort of see it in The Boys where he's starting to like lose it a bit and be a bit harder.
Could almost up that a bit.
Exactly.
Right, in the role, yeah.
So I think he'd be good. He'd be like the Hollywood pick. Like he's safe. I think I feel like people would know him. But my pick, I've actually gone for Justice Smith, who is Simon the Sorcerer in Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's the guy in Dungeons and Dragons that's like the wizard.
Oh, okay.
And, he's been in a few other things as well, but he's very much like...
I know him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's great.
He's in a few things, and I feel like he would play it like very kind of nerdy, sympathetic, a bit wet in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then when he comes in, like, when they haven't seen him for a while, he could be like a hard ass kind of like.
Yeah, and I feel like that change would be quite startling.
Yeah.
And I think he could portray that really well.
Yeah. And again, he's not very well known and he's a younger actor and, I feel like he could kind of ham it up a bit as well.
Could you see him with a pet ferret?
I could see him with a pet ferret, yeah. And I could see him
And
putting his hand on like a bit of like jelly prop and then going, it's afraid! And that's it.
Nice, love it.
So yeah, it's my pick.
Awesome.
Justice Smith.
And just for the record, I was just doing a bit of Googling. That show is called Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog.
Nice. What did you say it was initially? Dr. Hammer?
Yeah.
No, Captain Hammer, but that's Nathan Fillion's character.
Sorry, what's it called?
Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog.
I mean, I want to check it out just because.
I just want to check it out because of the title, yeah.
Yeah.
It's superb.
Right, excellent. Link that from our socials, definitely.
Nice. Who's up next?
Up next, we have got Sergeant Zim.
Sergeant Zim. Nice. So I've got Sergeant Zim. So Sergeant Zim, we played by Clancy Brown.
Oh, amazing.
The films that Clancy Brown has been in, this man's career has been unreal. So we first meet Sergeant Zim when Rico first joins the academy. He is like the drill training instructor. He's a complete badass, and we learn that by the fact that he initially is shouting at them all like a typical drill instructor, and then he's like, does anyone want to take me on? And like the biggest guy, who ends up being the guy that gets his head blown off during one of those training exercises, I think, steps up and is like, sir, I think I can, sir. And then like Clancy Brown immediately fucking Sergeant Zim breaks his arm horrifically. Yeah, like the bone is like poking out of his arm and stuff. But yeah, played by Clancy Brown. Clancy Brown, who I remembered initially from being the baddie in Highlander.
Yeah.
The Kurgan.
The Kurgan. Yeah.
But he's been in loads of stuff. He's been in Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
He is just like, if you look at his filmography, it's like every year, film after film after film. So yeah, what a career he's had. I think he's really good in this. He's an absolute badass.
He's probably the best actor in the film.
Do you think?
I like not in this film.
Yeah.
But like if you look at like
established,
like-
well-known actor. I think that's true. And obviously we see him again at the end because it turns out that Sergeant Zim. So when war breaks out and the whole academy are running off to like sign up for war and stuff, he's trying to like join up, isn't he?
He wants to fight on the front line.
Yeah.
But the sort of the general says.
And do you know who that general is?
Do
you remember
from
what
Breaking Bad?
Hank from Breaking Bad.
I thought I did think that when I was like, fucking sure.
I mean,
that's
he's
him.
in loads of shit as well. But yeah.
And he's like,
great.
yeah, no, you can't. And then we see at the end that he demoted himself to private, and he's the one that captures. It was a private called Zim or something. A joint started called Zim. So he was like the historic guy that changed.
He's the guy that captured the brain bug.
The course of the war. Yeah.
And actually, so basically, when Rico gets this fellow squad mate killed, he takes his 10 lashes and then he actually like drops out of the military. He says like he doesn't want to be in it anymore. He doesn't think he's got it. He signs, I can't remember what it is, like the form to say he's dropped out.
Oh yeah.
And then when like his whole family gets killed, he goes back and he's like, I didn't want to drop out. Like I want to fight. And the general from Breaking Bad is like, no, you've signed your form. And Zim's like, is that your signature, Rico? And Rico's like, sure it is. And he rips it up.
Doesn't look like it to me.
They actually have said that is what got him demoted, ripping up the form.
Is that what they say
Yeah.
is the canonical reason?
That's brilliant.
I like
Like two birds with one stone.
Exactly.
Give a bit of reason for that little interaction.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I think he's really good in this. I've only got one pick for this character. For Sergeant Charles Zim is Ron Perlman.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
He's got that kind of macho badass. He's going to be like shouting at the recruits and everything. And then I think when you see him at the end, which is kind of like, it's quite humanising for him, isn't it? Because he's like, he was the badass drill instructor, like a real hard ass. And then he's kind of like cheering and everyone's lifting him up, like Zim. I could see Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Nice.
That's a great shout. I wouldn't come up with anyone else with that.
Yeah, I don't think we need anyone else for that. Yeah, so Ron Perlman's in. Who have we got next?
He's great. Right, so next we've got Sugar Watkins.
Is that back to you?
It is back to me. It is back to me. Right, so Sugar Watkins is like, he's already in sort of the more veteran squad that Rico then joins after surviving the initial kind of assault.
Yes.
And he's kind of like, I think he's squad leader.
I think
he's not.
Oh
like
yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's
like
and he's
squad.
wearing the necklace of like a end of a claw or a tooth or something.
Yeah.
Isn't
So
he?
he's got a bag. He's
Yeah.
played by Seth Gilliam, who the only thing I know him from, I think most people know him from, he's Gabriel in The Walking Dead.
Ah, cool.
So he like the priest guy.
He's got two great lines in this where he steps up when we initially are reintroduced to Michael Ironside's character,
Yeah.
who's the tutor, the teacher at the beginning, and then it's revealed he's the fucking leader of the Roughnecks.
Yeah.
And he's the one that steps up behind him and goes, "Rest check, Roughnecks."
Red James Roughnecks.
And at the end, when it's Rico's unit, steps up, "Rico's Roughnecks."
Yeah. He's also got the most sort of gung ho Hollywood death.
Oh yeah.
Because he basically, him, Ace, and Rico, at the end, basically Carmen and her sort of new love interest get like crash land on the bug planet and get captured by the brain bug. And Ace, Sugar Watkins, and Rico are the three that go to like save her. And he gets like stabbed by a bug and he's like dying. So he like takes the nuclear bomb, the nuclear like grenade.
Yes.
And he's like shooting them off. And it's very much, I mean, this is clearly a pastiche of like Hudson from Aliens, where he's like, you want some? You want some? You get some. Yeah, you like this? Yeah, you want some more? And it's just clearly like taken straight from that. And then he blows up the nuke and saves them all.
Yeah, sweet.
So, yeah, played by Seth Gilliam. It does it really well. Like, I think, you know, it's one of those roles where you don't want it to steal the show, but you need it to be good sporting. So
yeah.
I think my Hollywood pick would be for Winston Duke, who plays M'Baku from Black Panther, like the one that's like, oh mommy, you know, the guy,
The leader of the other tribe.
the leader of the other tribe.
Yeah,
I mean,
badass.
he's like huge,
Yeah, he's massive.
and he's, but you'd be like, you know, him like dying at the end, you'd be like, fucking hell, the biggest guy got felled by it. You know, I think that'd be quite impactful.
Yeah.
But my pick, just because he's slightly less well known, but I think he's for me he's actually like a really like underrated guy. It's Mike Coulter, who you either know him from Luke Cage, from the Marvel series Luke Cage, or he was in The Good Wife. He was Lamont Bishop. He was like sort of the gangster guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's a really big beefy guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like he is more. I'm not being mean to him, but like, you know, Winston Duke has been in like big Marvel films. He's kind of like a bit more sort of A-lister, whereas this guy's sort of a bit under the radar. Luke Cage kind of died a death that didn't really go anywhere as Marvel series goes, but he's a really good actor actually. Like he's in The Good Wife, he's like sort of chillingly scary moments. Like if any of you've seen The Good Wife, he has like a son in it, and he'll like have a scene where he's like sort of being like a loving father, and then like the police will burst in, and he goes like chillingly cold. And he's a really underrated actor. I think he's really good, and I think in this, I think he would, you know, he could just do the you know, red checks, roughnecks kind of like scary stuff, but then like, you know, I think him dying, he would be able to play it where you'd really feel it, and you'd be like, oh shit, man. So yeah, he's my pick for this. Just a bit more sort of like under the radar actor.
I like that. That's a good pick.
There you are. That's my pick.
Sweet.
Mike Coulter. Next, I believe, is Xander Barklow.
Xander Barklow.
Xander.
So that comes back to me.
Yeah.
Played by Patrick Muldoon.
He's one of those guys who's like, he's been in loads of stuff that I can't think of.
Really weirdly, I actually was convinced he was the guy that is in Vampire Diaries. But that's Ian Somerhalder.
That was my first thought. And someone was like, oh, is that him?
He's one of those actors who's got a doppelganger.
Yeah.
Got a double. You're convinced you've seen him from somewhere, and you probably haven't. I personally don't know anything he's been on.
I think I've seen him in stuff.
I imagine if I actually look through his filmography, I probably go, actually I have seen that.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
But basically, he's in this to be hated, right?
Yeah, well, he's Rico's rival. That's established very earlier on. He's the love rival. You know, he's in the opposing indoor American football team. He's trying to outdo what Rico's doing, and ultimately,
It's like when two lion leaders of different packs
clash,
isn't it?
Alpha.
They're basically they're having a dick swinging contest to see who's got the bigger dick, and ultimately Rico wins to begin with.
Casper Van Dyne's got the biggest.
To begin with, but then you know, then we learn obviously that he becomes Carmen's co-pilot.
Because he made that happen, right, as well. He sort of engineered so that
we're meant to believe that, yeah.
Well, he says it
to it.
Oh, he does.
We're meant to believe it by him saying it.
Oh, I mean, I must have missed that bit of dialogue in all fairness. But yeah, he's a sleazy prick, isn't he? Let's be honest, he's a right slimy little prick.
I think he grows and he's slightly less hateable the longer
he's less hateable at the end.
Yeah.
But
he's not a coward. But he is a cunt.
Yeah.
If he were more of a coward, it would almost be more effective, because when he dies, you would be like, yeah. But because he comes out and he's quite ballsy, isn't he? Like
he definitely is, and he definitely sacrifices himself for Carmen. Like he gives her the knife.
That just shows that he likes Carmen.
But I
think he's not. So he's done something selfless there. But I think everything else he does is really selfish.
I think that's the thing. I think it's one of the rare moments in this film where there is shades of grey to a character. Like he almost Verhoeven almost gives more time and more interest to the bit part players.
Yeah.
You know, like Dizzy's more interesting than anyone else. Like Dizzy's more interesting than Carmen, but Carmen's the star.
Barklow's
more interesting than Rico, but Rico's the star.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's like a theme running through it. But yeah,
I agree, and I think no one human character in this film, not there's any bug character. I suppose the brain bug is a bug character, but no one human character is like really hateable. No one's the villain, are they necessarily? No. But it's almost like, you know, obviously the bugs are on the face of it the villain, but it's like the regime, the human regime, collectively is the villain in that sense of it being a satire.
War is the villain.
Good point. War is hell.
So who have you got?
So I've got two choices.
Nice.
One which I'm not picking for obvious reasons.
Is that because you can only pick one choice?
Everyone is like, I've got two choices, but the first one I scrubbed out. I'm like, all right, okay.
But I'm not gonna say the one I'm picking first, am I?
Well, no.
No, exactly. So I'm going to tell you who I was thinking first.
Okay, who are you thinking
Come on,
first?
makes sense. Come on, Sam. So I was thinking Sebastian Stan.
Oh, do you know what? I very nearly... I was
Right.
looking at him a lot and realised I didn't have any of the people that he would suit for. But yeah,
I was thinking Sebastian Stan because he's great.
he's good.
But that's not obviously who I'm picking. I'm actually going with Ed Westwick.
Who's Ed Westwick?
So I know him from Gossip Girl.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I do know him. He's good.
He's a really good actor, and I just think he could play the smarmy.
He's got a punchable face.
Yeah, he's
I'm sorry, but
he's got a face you might want to punch, and I think he would. I think he'd play the two sides of this character well.
I think he'd do well. You know that scene where he's like trying to fight Rico, and Rico's like, "No, I don't punch an officer," and he's like, "Rank is not like a factor here," and he turns into a punch. I think he'd do that really well.
Yeah.
No, that's a good shout, mate.
So that's my choice, Ed Westwick.
Brilliant. Good stuff.
Nice.
Right, final one, mate. Over to you, Nick.
Take it home.
It's only got to save the best of
It's like
last.
my favourite character, right?
Only got to save the best of last. So, Jean Braschek, played by the legendary Michael Ironside.
Oh.
Legendary baddie. Like he's like the super in another Verhoeven film, Total Recall.
Yeah.
He's
I
like
think
the
he's in a
evil
RoboCop
clone
as well,
baddie.
isn't he?
Fuck yeah, I think he might
like
be.
a RoboCop.
Maybe, but like
he's good.
He's one of those guys that you immediately recognise. Like he's like a real cult sort of classic icon, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in like I think when I was looking up like casting thing, he was in a list of top 25 character actors.
Really?
Yeah, he's good.
He's an absolute legend. So obviously we first meet Ratchet. We don't know that Ratchet is the sergeant or the squad leader initially. He's the teacher.
Yeah.
And he's a person that gives actually an awful lot of the kind of law, the background of this regime, because obviously they're talking about kind of what's the difference between
Citizen and a non-citizen.
There was a word for it, wasn't it? Citizen and something else. But like, that really kind of puts you in the world of this regime, the Federation. He talks about the fact that violence is actually one of the most effective routes of solving all conflicts and stuff. It's like, well, I think the violence started the conflict in the first place, quite probably. So that's how we know him. And then obviously there's this big reveal later on when they're joining the Roughnecks, where everyone's like, oh, he saved my life too. And then he walks in, you hear the music, dum dum dum, and then you realise, oh fuck, it's the same guy. Like he's this legendary general, not general like sergeant.
So are we thinking? Because obviously he's only got one hand in this. Like even as a teacher, he's only got one hand.
Yep.
Are we thinking that say that he was in the military before?
Yeah, so presumably
You're probably meant to think that.
Yeah, because I think that's why he's then such a kick-ass guy. Because if he was just a school teacher, I'm not sure he'd be quite so kick-ass quite so quickly.
You're right, actually. It doesn't explain it, but I just always assumed that like he'd done loads of prior service.
Yeah,
he's a legendary squad leader.
Yeah, I think that's what you just assume. The reason he's the teacher is because he's done his time in the military.
Yeah.
And he's now obviously
He's
lost
a citizen,
his army. He's a citizen.
And then
so
once the war kicks off,
he's chosen to
back in.
impart that knowledge on the future.
Because actually, are we thinking there that like maybe you have to be a citizen to be a teacher? Because the only other teacher we meet is like the science teacher, and she's blind. She's got no eyes. And so are all teachers veterans? Because you have to be a citizen to become
Possibly.
a teacher?
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't touch on that scene actually when they're dissecting the smallest of the bugs, which is still fucking the size of a small table. That's an interesting one when Carmen is like gagging basically, and Rico's handing her like, hold this, the stomach.
And
the
Dizzy's
heart.
kind of teasing her a bit and stuff.
Yeah. She's not just gagging; she's outwardly vomiting.
Oh, she does vomit.
Yeah, she does.
But yes.
Let's not talk about Denise Richards gagging.
As if she'd gag on us.
All right, mate, speak for yourself. Going back to the legendary Michael Ironside. So yeah, he's one of the highlights of this film, isn't he? Like
He's brilliant.
Turns into this ruthless character who's really sort of ruthless and yet really loved by all the people around him. Like he's saved all of their lives multiple times, and yet he'll do things like when one of the squad gets taken by the flying bugs, taken up into the mountains, and it's obviously going to like devour him or something. He gets a sniper rifle, shoots the actual soldier, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "I'd expect any of you to do the same for me."
Yeah, so I actually have a theory about this.
Oh, here we go.
It's not my theory. But I can't remember who I got this theory from, but it's kind of a theory that's out there. So Radchek actually, as soon as Rico like joins his squad, is really gunning for Rico. He likes Rico and wants him to succeed. So like when his corporal gets her arm like singed off, he replaces her. But we know that a couple of days in a tank and a fake arm,
And you're
you can
okay.
be back in it.
Yeah.
But he replaces her. And the sergeant, he just before it happens, they're walking along these cliffs, and he looks up and he sees like a wing, and he sees like,
He knows something's going on.
and he still sends his sergeant out on his own
Yeah.
to a high point.
That's true.
So and then like he gets taken and he shoots him, and then he promotes. So
So
there's
it's
a theory
the
that
theory that he's sacrificing
grooming
the men
he's
Rico as
grooming
well.
Rico.
to groom
yeah.
Rico for to ultimately take over his role. Because,
Exactly,
and obviously as we know, it's Rico that shoots him,
Exactly, yeah.
and he does the same for
So
him.
there's the thing that he's so willing to sacrifice anyone to get.
But he ultimately also sacrifices himself
Yeah.
in the long run, so Rico can.
Do it, Rico.
It's not a bad look. That's not a bad theory. It's a very plausible theory.
Yeah.
So guys, I've got 3 names for this one, right?
3 names, okay. let's
My
go.
days, I cannot decide between these 3 names. They are
Michael Cera.
stonkers.
Michael
Cera, Michael Cera, Michael Cera.
Are they stonkers, or are they a nitpick?
Carl, by the way, Daniel Radcliffe. Come on. Hey?
Oh,
Come
that's
on.
a good one. Daniel
on.
Radcliffe, yeah.
My Radders.
Daniel Radcliffe's brilliant. Have you? Do you know what? I recently watched. Sorry to derail this. I recently watched Lost City, or whatever it's called, the City of O, the new Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum.
yeah.
Where Daniel
he's
Radcliffe's
like
the bad guy in
villain,
it.
right? Yeah.
And again, he's just brilliant.
He's so good.
Daniel Radcliffe is a great actor.
He's great.
Like he's so good. He's
How
so
have we not put him in any of ours yet?
I think I have. I think I recast him.
I think I cast him as all of the henchmen in Die Hard.
Yeah. I think I had him as possibly one of my picks in Gladiator.
You did, I'm pretty sure you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
He was a contender, wasn't
Yeah, but he was never. He's not been chosen yet, has he? That's what I'm saying. He's not been a solid.
We've not had a good enough role yet.
He's not been nailed on
That's
yet,
he's
has he?
not been a good enough role.
Not been a good enough role.
Not for
Anyway.
our precious Radders.
Sorry, carry on.
Back
3
on the
choices.
rails, please.
Go.
Okay.
Who are your 3?
Right, choice number 1 is Kate Mulgrew, who is Red from Orange is the New Black. She also
I know
played...
you love Orange is the New Black.
Wow, yeah, what's a great fucking series. She played the captain in one of the Star Trek Voyager.
Yeah, she's
I think.
yeah, she's Janeway.
Yes, right. So I think she would be absolutely awesome. As like we've seen from Orange is the New Black, she could play that badass kind of ruthless sort of character.
If we don't pick her,
Yeah.
can she be the science teacher?
Oh fuck yes, you can be the science teacher if you don't pick her.
Boom.
Okay, so Kate Mulgrew is choice number 1. Choice number 2, guys, is John Malkovich.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
How good would he
Malkovich is right next.
be? How would he be?
That would be
Oh man.
And choice number 3 before
Right.
Sam comes.
Where can we possibly
Too late.
go? Where can we go from here? There's only one place we can go from here. Now. It's not Goldberg. Oh, no. Now. The recasting of one Boosie in this film does leave space for another Boosie to step in.
If you're about to say Gary Busey, I'm just gonna. You can leave now.
Welcome aboard, Gary Boosie. Gary Senior, Boosie Senior.
Now, when you said you had 3 absolute stonkers, what you meant to say is, I've got 2 really good choices, and then I've gone and nicked it.
Is he not an ideal fit for this film as well, though?
Yeah, we joke about Gary Busey, but like think of him in Predator 2.
Right.
He's brilliant in Predator 2. He does exactly what he needs to do, and basically that character would be Radchek.
Right? Point blank?
He's good. Do you know? Right. So I really like Red. What's her name? Sorry, the
Kate Mulgrew.
Kate. I really like her as more of a cameo as the teacher.
I think my heart's with Malkovich.
I think Malkovich would be the sensible pick, but is Malkovich the first pick we've done where I'm like, he's just a class above this film? Like,
I think
Really?
everyone we've done is a class above this film.
Yeah, but everyone
It's Malkovich.
But one thing we'll say about, he's obviously in loads of really highbrow films, like he's a really cerebral actor. But look at something like Con Air, like he's not afraid to come and take...
I forgot to say I watched Con Air last night.
What? There you go!
I watched Con Air last night.
Right, so he's not afraid to take the
He's
roles where kind of he is hamming things up a little bit and like, you know, not shamelessly either. So I think he could be a fucking kick-ass.
He's good. I love Gary Busey, but John Malkovich.
It's Malkovich,
let's
mate.
go Malkovich.
It's Malkovich.
He's it.
I can see, to be fair, I can see both of them in the dirt being like, shoot me, Rico.
Yeah.
But like with Gary Busey, he'd be like, yeah, shoot.
Please do.
Yeah, please do. Whereas, Malkovich.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
There we go.
That's great.
Well, we've now got all our ingredients.
Yeah.
Should we put the lid on this pot and
Let's go through
serve it up?
Let's do it.
Now, Rico will now be played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson. Ace Levy will now be Cameron Monaghan. And Xander Barkala will be played by Ed Westwick.
Okay, and Carmen Ibanez, formerly played by Denise Richards, will be played by Ana de Armas. Carl Jenkins, formerly played by Neil Patrick Harris, will be played by Justice Smith.
Nice.
And Sugar Watkins, formerly played by Seth Gilliam, will be played by Mike Coulter.
Sweet. Dizzy Flores is now Hilary Swank. Sergeant Charles Zim is Ron Perlman. And John Ratchek is John Malkovich, baby.
That's good, isn't it? That's gonna take this. That's gonna take this film to another level.
Yeah.
But
is
everyone acting in the same kind of...
Is
span.
this the first time we've improved a film?
Yeah, I think possibly, yeah.
So obviously, our aim isn't to improve the film when we're recasting. We're not saying that we can do a better job. But have we just improved the film?
I think our recastings of Rebel Moon probably have improved it.
Depends on who
you
you
hush your mouth.
And arguably, I'd say that my
we're not on that Rebel Moon right
Ghostbusters
now.
Wedding Crashers cast was a cut.
I mean, I believe I said this, but how you got the most votes for saying you had the better cast, I don't know.
It was a great choice.
Some fucking interesting people out there.
Let's not diss all our listening audience at once.
I'm convinced they're confusing you two. To be honest, I'm convinced they are.
Two great minds. What can I say?
Is this the first time where I think we've actually improved?
I think
film
the
in
cast
quality?
is better. I think this is the first time we've cast a film though that is it's sort of like knowingly, but is like a sort of a B-list film.
Yeah.
So like the cast, like
So the cast can really
it's not
only
completely
go
throw
one
them
way,
under the
really,
bus,
isn't it?
but
Yeah.
they're not great.
No. So as always, we like to end our episodes with a little section that we like to call Real Talk. Now, in this section, we will answer all your listener questions and casting suggestions as well. To send us those, you can contact us on Twitter over at casterrollpod or via the email casterrollpod@gmail.com. This week, however, I think there's only one place that we can really go, and that's at the time of recording, the Super Bowl was 2 days away, and of course there was a slew of trailers showing off for anything coming up in 2024. So I'm going to reel them off, and if you guys give me a number from 1 to 5 on how excited you are for them. Sounds
I'm
good?
going to read them off.
Sounds good.
I like what he did there.
Yeah. So we'll start with Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. That, to me, I've just wrote down Bleeding It Dry. This just looks like a soulless cash grab to me. I'm sure it's not, and I'm just not excited for it.
Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I feel like the original Planet of the Apes, like the Charlton Heston one of years ago, is like a classic. The Matt Damon one is awful, it's dog shit. And then they redid it, and Andy Serkis is amazing. I feel they got progressively worse.
I think I've only seen the first one of those.
Yeah, there's 3, right?
The first one's
First one's interesting.
First one's interesting enough. It's a good
It's
little
like how it happened.
little setup. And that,
Yeah.
I've not. I think I might have seen this. I've seen the second one, not seen the previous one. But this one just looks like it's just going to be a lot of action with humans and monkeys.
You with the monkey?
I'll be willing to bet someone's googled it.
Number, I think 2. I'm going to go 2 on that.
I've also gone for it. I've also gone with 2.
Yeah.
It's one that I'll watch if I have to.
What's next?
Next, we have a 6-part series, which I'm not called for Knuckles. Now, this is a fun little tie-in between Sonic 2 and the upcoming Sonic 3 this year. Obviously based around Idris Elba's Knuckles character. I think it looks great.
I think the kids will love it. The kids love Sonic.
Do you need to have seen any of the Sonic films?
Yeah, you need to see Sonic 2.
This is a direct tie-in from Sonic 2 and linking Sonic 2 and Sonic 3.
Okay, I can give this one confidently a miss.
Yeah.
If you've not seen any of the Sonic films, you've got no reason to watch this series.
I'll give it a 3 because the kids will like it.
For me, this is a 4. I've loved the previous Sonic films. I can't wait. Next up was Despicable Me 4, and Gru's a dad now.
Yeah, well, he kind of already was. Don't be smirching stepdads and foster parents.
Indeed, yeah.
Gru's a biological dad now.
Yeah, again, kids are going to love it. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be better than Knuckles. So 3, 4.
I think these are fun films. I think there's always. I think there tends to be a lot for adults to enjoy in these films.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a lot
They
of side
usually
jokes
is.
and So I mean,
Today I actually watched with the kids Despicable Me 3.
oh, did you?
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Ready for it.
He's ready for it. He's geared up.
Yeah.
I've just gone with a 2. I'm not interested.
Okay, what's next?
Next was straight away. It's a 1 from me. Quiet Place Day 1.
Oh, actually, I'm quite looking forward to that.
It
I'm
looks
gonna go
good,
forward to that.
but I don't care. I'm not a horror guy. I'm not going to watch it. It's a 1.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No,
It did look good, but I'm not one for horror films. So, and I've not seen any of the other 2. I'm not going to watch this one either.
It gave me Cloverfield vibes, so I quite like that. So.
I've seen the trailer for this one. Actually,
I didn't get Cloverfield vibes. I got 28 weeks later vibes.
Yeah. Oh well, actually, I don't know if this year or next year, but 28 years later is coming out.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Cillian Murphy's
Murphy's
reprising
returning,
as well.
isn't he?
Is he? That'll be sick. You know that'll be sick. Nice.
So
4 for me.
I'll go. Can I go with 3.5? I've enjoyed the first.
if you want to go with 3.5, you can go with
films.
3.5. Why not?
No,
Never
you
said couldn't
can't.
have- Never said you couldn't go. Following that, Twisters.
Well,
Is this necessary?
I think it's just Twister.
No, it's Twisters.
It's Twisters.
It's Twisters.
Is this
The remake of
This
Twister.
is this is a sequel to Twister.
A sequel?
Yes,
A sequel?
and it's called Twisters because there are 2 Twisters.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
I thought...
is this necessary?
Hang on. There's so much to break down here. So in the first Twister film, there's lots of tornadoes in that film.
There are.
You could arguably call
almost
that Twisters.
Twisters.
But you're saying in this one, there are 2.
They do say in the trailer, they're like, oh my god.
There's 2.
I thought it was a remake because all the characters are like clearly like the characters
No,
in the
the
first
film's called Twisters.
I was gonna say 1 because I thought it was a remake, but now, yeah, fucking 5. Oh, we should do a review of that. That should be a review when we do.
No, I've done 1. I'm a
done
1.
Done one?
No, I'm not bothered for this.
Surely you mean ones?
Tell you what. one that I am giving a 5 to.
Oh shit.
Oh,
The Fall Guy.
yeah.
It screams me. It's just going to be a fun romp.
And what is this?
When they go in the
It's
trailer,
good. Emily Blunt.
if they
I'm in.
all you need to do is they put in they literally say this in the trailer. Ryan motherfucking Gosling, Emily motherfucking Blunt.
Yeah.
What
Say
more
no
do you-
more.
What more
Ryan
do you
Gosling
want?
plays like a stuntman.
He plays a stuntman, gets in a bit ahead of himself. I think he ends up finding himself embroiled in some kind of crime. I think Emily Blunt's his director that keeps.
Yeah,
producing
like his
it.
producer or something.
She's something to do with the film.
It does look interesting. I think.
It's going to be a fun film.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Okay. Strong 3 on that one from me.
Another 5 from me. Wicked Part 1. I am really looking forward to this film. My only concern is I'm wondering whether or not they're actually going to be able to capture the magic of the stage show.
So you're a big fan.
I never thought he'd say that.
Yeah, what? This is come out of left field. You're a big fan of the stage show.
Fucking love the stage show, mate.
Have you read the books as well?
No.
Did you know they were books?
No.
Okay. But you love the stage show.
Love the stage
This
show.
is so random.
I just this image of Jim just sitting there like.
You're fucking right, I was.
Wow, very amazing.
Sometimes I wonder, like, who you are
Yeah.
because your taste can be so
It is.
strangely wild from one end of the spectrum to another.
Well, I'm going to keep it going with the next one in a minute. So.
I'm gonna say 1 for this one.
I'm familiar with. I think I've tried reading the first book, and I'm very familiar with all of the songs of the show because my wife loves it. So she will definitely be watching this, probably without me. I never knew you were a big show guy.
I didn't know you were it's not even a thespian. It's like a musical theatre freak.
Yeah.
Did you love Glee?
Did I love... Mate, yes.
Fucking hell!
Where's this all coming from? This is unbelievable.
You have to understand that the guy that defended Rebel Moon to the death is then also defending Wicked. I don't think anyone else out there is doing that. I don't think anyone else is. But yeah, that's two different groups right there.
Let's go straight into it. My next 5 on hype. Moana 2.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, 5. Oh well, actually I'm going to go 4 because sometimes Disney fucks it with sequels.
Yeah.
I'm
only looking forward to it because I want to see because Moana is incredible.
Yeah, it's good.
Obviously, they didn't live up to it with Frozen 2.
See, I think Frozen 2 is better.
I've not seen it because I keep getting put off with it. People going, it's just not. I'm like, oh.
No, don't listen to that. Frozen 2 is better.
Is it?
Frozen 2. Frozen 1 is like a Disney film with some good songs. Frozen 2 is a musical. It is.
Yeah.
It is more like a stage show.
Okay.
If you like that stuff, Frozen 2 is better.
Tell you what, we're looking forward to is the proposed live-action Moana with The Rock.
Oh, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
I mean, I do like some of the live action ones. Like I actually quite like the live action Aladdin. I thought Will Smith
Yeah, I
did that
thought
quite well.
I thought it was really good.
And like the live action Beauty and the Beast, like yeah.
That was like 30 years old, like 40 years old. Like,
Don't-
give it
yeah.
some time. Don't be like, oh,
Also,
a couple of years ago.
who the fuck thought live action Jungle Book and Lion King? It's not live action. That's different kind of animation.
Yeah.
That's mental.
Just doing the same film.
Yeah.
Mental, yeah.
Anyway, next. What's next?
Inside Out 2. I think it's just the same trailer that they've shown off before.
Inside Out's an amazing film.
It's an amazing
Very
film.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a
it's-
strong 4 on that one.
Yeah.
Is it going to be as good though? I don't know.
I think.
So
the thing
I'm
is-
sitting at a 3 for now. Next was Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda. I won't do that. I'm a 5 for Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda 4.
No.
I just nah.
If
I
anything,
don't think 3 was any good, was it?
No, I mean,
It doesn't
I'm not
matter.
looking for it. This is a
It's just no.
Yeah.
One that I am looking forward to is Monkey Man.
yeah. This
I
looks
think
interesting.
this
That
looks
trailer
brilliant.
looks sick.
Yes.
So this is
Dev Patel,
Patel's
isn't it?
directorial debut. It's being dubbed as John Wick in Mumbai,
Yeah. Looks amazing.
and it is
John Wick.
it's inspired by the legend of Hanuman. I think
It does
I think
look amazing.
It looks amazing.
It does look great.
And I'm really looking
That's
for
a
that
strong
one.
4 from me.
That's a strong 4 on that one.
He's apparently done the story and the screenplay in this film as well.
Yeah.
No,
This would be
definitely,
fucking great.
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I might even be a 5 for this one.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm going 4.
Next on the list was One Love. Not bothered.
Yeah.
Not bothered by this. Bob Marley biopic.
I like Bob Marley, but I've not a desire to see a biopic of it.
No, I've no interest. An absolute 5. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah,
This
5.
looks fucking brilliant.
5.
This is
Okay.
obviously
Not a
Deadpool's.
fan of Deadpool.
This is obviously
I watched the
Deadpool's
first one, it was
debut
okay,
in
but a
the
bit,
into not only with Disney but also the MCU. So by proxy, it's the X-Men's debut in the MCU. But this is Disney's first
Yeah.
R-rated Marvel film. So,
Okay.
but from what is shown in the trailer, I've got no reason to think this is not going to be good. So it's showing the same kind of humour and that you're getting from the original two. And
What I am hoping is if it is good, hopefully Disney starts seeing that they can take some risks again, because that's the problem.
Yeah.
All the Marvel.
they're all very formulaic, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, within the first 20 seconds of this one, I think you've got Ryan Reynolds mentioning pegging. So, it's, I mean, I think it goes to show the level this film's going to go to.
So we got anything else, or did you end on the high?
No, we're ending on the high with
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and
I'm looking forward to that.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
So yeah,
It's gonna be
basically,
great.
a lot of good stuff coming up in 2024. Some we'll recast, some we'll talk about, some we might even
some we're
review.
more probably going to review. I
Yeah.
imagine we might even all get together, go watch them in the cinema together, and then review them. Why not?
Well, on that note, Jim, you want to wrap things up?
Yeah, well, thank you for listening. As we said, if you want to get in touch with us, you can contact us on Twitter or X at casserollepod or via the email casserollepod@gmail.com. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to us on Apple, Amazon, Spotify or YouTube, which is wherever you're getting your podcast from. Until then, it's bye from me.
Bye from me.
And it's bye from me.
Bye-bye.
Movie casserole.